Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
My name is Harris, and today my topic is the effectiveness of memorizing vocabulary for junior high school students. First is my contents. And the first thing I want to share is my motivation and some ways to expand receptive vocabulary and some ways to enrich productive vocabulary. And then my methodology and research questions. The last thing is conclusion. First is my motivation. While we are learning English, some students have problems with memorizing vocabulary. Maybe they can't memorize a lot of words at one time, or they will forget the word easily. So the research aims to find out some ways to memorize vocabulary more faster, more easily, and more effectively. First, what is receptive vocabulary? The receptive vocabulary means you can recognize the words when you hear them or read them, and you are able to know their roughly meaning. What is productive vocabulary? Productive vocabulary means you have to know the word's pronunciation and the word spelling, and you can use the word in a sentence and to express yourself. First, there are some ways to expand receptive vocabulary. The first is reading books or novels, and then listening to music. The last is watching videos or movies. The first way is reading book or novel. The first thing you can do is to choose a book you are interested in, and then read a chapter. When you finish a chapter, go back and highlight some words you don't know or you have never learned, and then search them in dictionaries, and then see the definitions or example sentence. The second way is listening to music. When you're listening to music, you can improve your listening skills. You can learn vocabulary and pronunciation. If you sing along with a singer, and you can learn productive vocabulary. The third way is watching videos or movies. When you watch videos or a movie, you can learn receptive vocabulary and pronunciation and some cultures, because the video or the movie comes from many different countries. The next is some ways to enrich productive vocabulary. The first way is keeping a word journal, and then conversing with people in English. The last is using specific words. Okay, the first is keeping a word journal. When you are trying to keep a word journal, the first thing you can do is to look up some words and then write them down in a journal. The most important thing is to review the journal maybe once a week. That way can help you to save the words in your brain longer. The next way is conversing with people in English. The first thing you can do is to choose some words and then put the words in sentences, and then use the sentence in conversations. Because there is a big connection between writing and speaking, so you speak a lot, your writing skill will be improved. The last way is using specific words. The first thing you can do is to avoid vague words, and then look up synonyms. The last thing is to choose some more descriptive words. And then is my methodology. We sent out the questionnaire to survey the opinion of in Lodon Junior High School. There are 495 8th graders. And there are some questionnaire is valid and some question is invalid. This is my research question. The first is, which way of memorizing vocabulary is more interesting for junior high school students? The second is, which way of memorizing vocabulary is more effective for junior high school students? This is my questionnaire. And there are two parts in the questionnaire. The first part is asking the students which way of memorizing vocabulary is more interesting. And in this part, each participant can vote for one or two items. According to the chart, the first place of the most interesting item is listening to music, and the second place is watching video or movies. The third place is using specific words, and the fourth place is conversing with people in English. The last two places is reading books or novels and keeping a word journal. This is the second part of the questionnaire. This part of the question is asking the student I think I can memorize the vocabulary more effectively by these 6 ways. And according to the chart, the first place and the second place is listening to music and watching videos or movies. And the third and the fourth places is using specific words and conversing with people in English. The last 2 places is reading books or novels and keeping a word journal. That is my conclusion. The top 2 places of the most interesting and effective way. The first place is listening to music, and the second place is watching videos or movies. The top 2 places of this interesting and effective way. The 5th place is reading books or novel, and the 6th place is keeping a word journal. This is my reference. Thank you for listening.